All right, so here's my favorite close when I'm closing a flat fee deal for a rank and rent lead generation site. I do the exact same thing every single time. I learned this when I was doing door to door sales. That once I figured it out and I had a process, excuse me, I had a process that worked. I just worked on refining it because I got to a point where when I was doing that my close was so smooth. I'd done it so many times and I'd perfected it that it was literally second nature. I didn't even have to think about it. And so I do for me personally, I do the exact same close every single time. So I like to sandwich things, meaning I like to drop the price. Like I start with the good stuff. I like to drop the price, right? So I tell them everything they're going to get, whatever. I drop the price, and then I finish off the sandwich, right? And at the end, I like to tell them and remind them what they're getting. So for an example, I would say I dropped the price. We went through everything. I dropped the price. Hey, it's $2,000 a month. That's it. There's no, increases, blah, blah, blah. I'll do straight flat fees and I typically don't charge a startup fee. Sometimes I do, it kind of depends. But I'll say, okay, that's the price. And like I told you, and this is me talking to business owner. Like I told you, Mr. Business Owner, you get every single lead that comes off this site, every form, every phone call, all of it. Like I did say in December, it's going to be a little bit slower. That's natural. That's normal. It's Christmas time. Okay. If you've ever heard of that, it's always going to be a little bit slower. But here's what's cool is because we're on a flat rate, even in the spring when things pop, when things go up, you're not going to have to pay anymore. So you're not going to have to worry about like your marketing budget going through the roof. It's literally it's just that. Okay, so all I need to do for you to get started, I'm grabbing my pen. This is exactly what I do. I'm grabbing my pen. I'm like, awesome. So all I got to do to get you started is grab a card to put on file. Are you an Amex or Visa? That's it. That is my close right there. And not nine, maybe 8 out of 10 times, if I've done my job correctly, and if you guys don't know my previous steps, keep checking out my videos. Okay, I have a process to this. I've done all my stuff. I've done everything. I've sent the leads for free. I let them test it out. I've done a good job transferring those over. I've done a good job on the setup. I've overcome the objections, everything. All the decision makers are on the phone. If I've done a good job, I will get either Amex for me. And I'm like, cool, what is it? And I start jotting it down. Sometimes I'll get this, which I like. Actually, do you do MasterCard? Yes, I do. I do MasterCard. What is that number? Boom. And I'm just assuming the deal. It's an assumption. It's kind of like a mix between an assumption slash option close that I'm doing. Excuse me. And I like doing that because I'm just assuming the deal's done. I'm assuming the deal's done. Now, what's going to happen sometimes is people are going to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Quick question before we jump into that. How are we going to do how the leads like, am I going to get an email or a call? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's simple. You're going to get a direct call. It's going to have a whisper message on it. And then you're going to get an email notification. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome. So what was the card number? And I go back for the close. The worst thing you can do when you close, you go through everything and you just kind of pause. Or you say, and I don't mean you just kind of pause, like you pause in the wrong spot. Pauses are not bad, just so you know, but you pause in the wrong spot. Okay. And so if you pause in the wrong spot, it can be bad. That actually isn't the worst thing. The worst thing you can do is you can get to the end and go, so do you want to do it? Or so what do you think? What do you think? It's like, no. Forget about that. I know, like I want to act like you would be a fool. This person would be a fool to not jump in. I'm just assuming, like, yeah, of course you're in. I've sent you the leads. You know that I'm legit. You've seen my case studies. Your decision makers are all here. We've looked at the numbers. Of course you're going to do this. And if you don't, I'm going to be shocked and offended for that matter. So that's the way I like to do it. I ask Amex or Visa every single time, and I do it confidently, and I do it that way. And literally, I 8 out of 10 times get the deal. The other couple times, I get a question, and then yeah, if there's an objection, that's when it's going to come up, and I'm going to deal with it. So that's my close personally with every single rank and rent flat fee lead generation deal. If you like this video, if you like videos like this, if you want to know more about how to close flat fee deals and how to pre-sell them, I've got an entire group dedicated to that. Check out the description for the link, and I will see you inside.